Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us here at Banknote Trading, where we take a look at the US dollar pairs and the forex market. Today, we'll start by taking a look at Euro USD on the 4-hour chart. Of course, this chart goes all the way back to August, but we take a look at the local level. Just looking at this consolidation from August, this was the area of support, and you see prices dipped under it, made a double bottom, possibly a higher low from these lows. But right now, structure broke to the upside as buyers step back in and the dollar starts to gain strength. And as you can see, like what you're saying, broke structure, started taking out some of these highs, went past this area of supply that was pushing prices down. This area got past that, broke structure to the upside, and then started to take out some of these highs, some of this liquidity sitting over these highs. There still is liquidity sitting over these highs from this previous area of consolidation. Of course, this is the lower high from these highs, where sellers continue to push price lower. So like I said, there's liquidity sitting over these highs, but we're looking to see if this can continue to push if buyers can continue to push higher after this structure has broken. As we do know, overall, the swing structure is bullish. So we're looking to see if it can sustain this higher low from those previous lows, if this can continue to push once we see any type of movement from the dollar. If it does continue to strengthen, then we're going to expect more downside with Euro USD. But overall, swing structure bullish, looking for the internal structure to remain bullish. Like I said, it did just break structure to the upside, and I'm looking to see if some highs can get taken out. GBP USD, let's go and map out the current range. Bearish swing structure on this 4-hour chart. You can see continue to make lower highs from these highs, broke structure to the downside, and now buyers step back in and broke structure more recently, and similar to Euro, possibly making a higher low from these lows way back in August. But we look at the local 4-hour level, and we see that price is pushing out of this last sell before the buy. This will buyers step back in, so that is the area of demand that's pushed price higher and broke structure to the upside. There's liquidity sitting over these highs, just like with Euro USD. We can see it did take out some. There's still liquidity sitting over these highs. The momentum does continue, and the buyers do sustain. I expect this lower high from this bearish swing structure to be taken out. We're waiting to see if it does sustain, because out of this area, it looked like it was consolidating toward the end of last week, and now we're dipping below the lows from how this week started off. So just looking to see again how the dollar index strengthens. Because if it does, then we can expect this to go ahead and keep continuing to push past even this area of demand. Or if we see that the buyers will step back in for GBP USD, then we could see, because the internal structure is bullish, looking to see if that momentum can pick up and start targeting this lower high. Let me take a look at DXY. The dollar index overall. Swing structure bearish, dating back to August, and we notice this sweep of these previous lows. Buyers step back in, and internally it's been bullish. Of course, it's been strengthening. We look at how it's been making higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, possibly a higher low. Of course, it retraced back down into this area of demand, and buyers pushed prices out of this starting with this week. So waiting to see if this continues, see if this bullish push continues. Looking to make any type of opportunity, any type of trade. It did break structure to the downside. This was I guess on a higher time frame, so it's impulsive down, but on this 4-hour level, these highs are being taken out. So possibly this is a higher low, again out of this area of demand, higher low from these lows. So possible internal structure is bullish. You know, this did break structure to the downside. Waiting to see if it could continue. If it does continue, we'll take out these highs and target this the highs of this overall range. AUD USD, let's go and map out the current range. It's our current 4-hour structure, similar to what we've been saying on this channel. Similar to the other US dollar pairs, it's been a consolidation. Kind of broke out, but this area was the area of resistance, which price kind of came back down into. You can look at it overall, even dating back to June and July. This was a higher low, higher lows, and it's possible now it's forming higher lows in October in order to continue to push higher. But overall, it's just in consolidation in between these price range areas. But locally on the 4-hour chart, we see that it's bearish. It was making lower highs from these highs, consolidated and continued to push, broke structure, lower high, lower lows, and now in an area of consolidation. It's not making either. This area of consolidation now, these lows aren't being broken. This high is being broken, but price continue just immediately reject, sellers step back in, and they push back down into this area, with this being support, this being resistance, and this being support. So we're looking to see if any type of momentum can pick up and break out to the upside. This may be stalling out because of dollar strength, while Aussie is also was the more bullish of the US dollar pair. So to see any type of breakout if these highs can be taken out, and if it can start to retrace back up into premium. NZD USD, let's go map out the current range. This has continued to be bearish on the 4-hour chart, of course, making lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. And now structure has broken up to the upside, as we were saying yesterday. Appears to be a possible bear flag. Even though structure broke to the upside, I see it as an ascending channel, and price is already broken out under it, so to expect these lows to be targeted. This just being a retracement. Normally we would look for a retracement back into premium, because there is still sitting liquidity sitting over these highs, and price was pushing out of this last buy before the sell, essentially that supply area. And so price, like I said, it has broken out of that ascending channel, broken to the downside. Only looking for any type of momentum to pick up in order to target the lows of the overall range. That's an opportunity that I'll be looking for on NZD USD. Even though structure didn't break to the upside, it did look like these buyers stepped back in, but it's only corrective in nature, because it is in this channel. So that's all I have for you today. Thank you for joining us.